Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Kayfabe's official YouTube channel. We are here today to make a special announcement, and I am joined by my friends, Matt Mullins, Stephen P. New, Stephen Barker, Adam Harris. You are all here with me today, and we're going to talk about some pretty exciting things. The first thing I want to lay down before we drop this huge announcement is that we are officially on YouTube. Stephen Barker, please tell us what we need to do here because we're new to YouTube. We have no clue.
Well, I'll tell you what, YouTube family, if you like what we're doing, please give us a like and a comment and a share. Help us feed the algorithm because we're new and we're on the come up. If you see something or hear something that you want to continue the conversation or just want to talk about how fat and ugly and how we're in our mom and dad's basement, feel free to hit us up on the comment section. Also, for sure, please subscribe. And when you do subscribe, also hit that notification bell so you get all of our new content when it drops.
Also, I would like to say that none of us are currently in our mother's basement. We all
that's how I know we haven't got good YouTube numbers yet, is no one said that. That's how you know you're making it.
I'm in my mom's sunroom, damn it.
I like what Derek Jones said. He's like, fuck those guys. I'm in my own basement.
I was going to say, I think that we all have our own basements except for me, and it's illegal to have a basement in Florida.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're not allowed to have basements. Aren't a thing in Florida.
But where do you go when like the murder weather comes?
To another state. You leave.
Back to West Virginia.
Yeah, that's what you do. You leave.
Ain't no basements in Florida.
No basements in Florida.
Here's my question. How do they know?
How do they know?
Who's got that job for the state of Florida where they go around checking whether you got a basement or not?
I'm not sure who has that job, but it is not a thing in Florida. There are no basements.
Mr. Rezner, I hear you have a basement.
No, sir.
Where do bands practice in Florida?
No, Mr. DeSantis. Don't come to my house and take my basement away.
Where do fat nerds hang out in Florida?
I don't know.
Where do they watch NXT?
Okay, so we've got some announcements, but first I want to talk about the fact that Stephen P. New comes through the smoke like a phoenix rising from the ashes and produces an amazing guest like what we have coming up on the show on November 1st. And that is the guest that makes Stephen Barker happy. It makes Matt Mullins' nipples hard. Adam Harris can't get over it. He just does cartwheels every time that we talk about
Please stay seated.
Jim Cornette is going to be on the House of Kayfabe. This man does not do podcasts that he don't own, but he's on ours.
I goddamn, Steve New. Goddamn.
Yeah.
It's better than paying lawyer bills.
Is that how you did it? Did you waive some hourly rates to get him on this?
I waived some hourly fees to pull this off.
Well, you pulled it off.
My gift to my fellow housemates here in House of Kayfabe.
Christmas came fucking early because we got Jim Cornette on the House of Kayfabe coming up very soon. So make sure you mark your calendars for November 1st when we are going to release the Jim Cornette episode of House of Kayfabe. It is coming very soon. But right now, we've got even more big announcements to get to. I don't even know how to break this to the people, but everybody knew we were coming to WrestleCade. There's no doubt that we were coming to WrestleCade, and we were going to come no matter what. But now we have a reason. We have a purpose to come to WrestleCade. Stephen P. New, take this from me.
All right, guys, you are looking at the official Fight TV hosts of WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a minute, Steve New. That's the second biggest wrestling convention in the country.
Yes, it is. And some say the best, which is a subjective thing. Biggest can be measured. Best is an opinion.
That is correct.
And the weekend of Thanksgiving, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at the Marriott and Convention Center, it's going to be awesome because House of Kayfabe is going to host the entire event, 5 hours a day for Fight TV. And the hosts are happy to have us. And we've got so much. We're working with All Star Wrestling. We're bringing a lot of great guests. And now, in addition to the guests that we have access to, we've got access to everybody. And they're going to be coming through the House of Kayfabe studio, where you'll be able to hear from wrestling legends, current up-and-comers, champions, all before their matches.
And just us talking shit, because we're going to be there all weekend long, live in the Superior Radio Network studios that will be on location at the event all weekend long. It's going to be great. We also, before I even talk about what we also get, I have to say, I've been to WrestleMania. You've been to WrestleMania before, Stephen P. New, and I don't know if you feel the exact same way that I feel, but I had more fun at the WrestleCade that I went to than I had at WrestleMania. Now, don't get me wrong. WrestleMania was amazing. It was everything I ever dreamed it was going to be, but nothing compared to the moments that you get to have at an event like WrestleCade.
The word that I want to use to describe WrestleCade is intimate. It's an intimate gathering. You're there. It's not as high pressure, because with WrestleMania, you've got WWE, you've got the event on Sunday night, you've got the All Access, you've got all of the other promotions who are doing the competitive shows and the cons and the everything else that's going on. And it feels like at WrestleMania, like it's almost overload, where you're getting pulled in so many different directions, and all your friends are running around to see their different shows and going to their different cons and all these different signings. Man, at WrestleCade, that's it. It's WrestleCade. And it's WrestleCade morning, noon, night, late night. And that's, to me, that's what makes WrestleCade so special. And it's so contained. It's not spread out over a city. Like, I was in New Orleans, and it was in several different hotels, and it was all the way over, to the Smoothie King Center.
A lot of driving.
Superdome. And with WrestleCade, it's right there in like 2 or 3 blocks. Yeah. It's just absolutely fantastic. And you get to interact with your heroes.
Yeah, and everything is pretty much in walking distance. You can walk anywhere you want, and anything else, there's a lot of driving, a lot of traffic, a lot of bullshit that goes along with going to any of those major events like that. But WrestleCade is easy, fun, and absolutely awesome. It's something that everyone should go to, and we are not coming alone. That is right. We are bringing with us Francine, Sonny, Brian Myers, America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Chris Harris, Heath, Davey Richards, and Matt Hardy, all coming with us to WrestleCade.
Yep. Didn't we miss one?
That's a minimum. That's the All-Star Wrestling House of Kayfabe, guys. Yeah. I've already been in talks with some other guys. We're going to fill that Superior Radio Network studio up, and we're going to give the Fight TV fans just exactly what Fight TV wants us to. And Brian, allow me, if I may, Tracy Myers is first and foremost a wrestling fan. He does this convention, and he and his people put this on because he's nothing but like we are. He's just a big wrestling fan, and he wants to have a big wrestling weekend in Winston-Salem.
Well, there's another thing that I hate to even talk about because Derek Jones is not with us right now. But Derek Jones is also coming with us to WrestleCade, and we are doing a TNA panel about the first years of TNA. We've got Johnny Swinger, we've got James Storm, Chris Harris, Goldilocks, Bill Behrens, D'Lo Brown, and another name that I cannot mention yet, but is going to blow your mind. And we are doing
Is that confirmed? Is that name confirmed?
It will be confirmed very soon. And when it is, it's going to blow your mind that we talk to Jim Cornette in a few weeks, and then that guy. It's going to be pretty amazing.
That doesn't give it away at all.
WrestleCade.
I didn't say anything yet.
With WrestleCade, it's also Thanksgiving week.
It is.
And one more surprise that us House of Kayfabers can do, and he's not here to confirm or deny, is that we bought a gobbledygooker costume for Derek Jones to get in there.
Well,
so can I speak for the ancillary cast? And I just want to say that this gives me and my roommates, Matt and Adam, no anxiety at all. We thought we were just fucking going to WrestleCade, just going to mark out, drink, get some autographs, like get too drunk and buy like a wrestling belt that you probably can't afford in real life. Yeah. But now we are going to work, and we're easy, no problem. We're not anxious about it at all.
It's
not
funny.
worried.
It's funny. We totally ruined your WrestleCade and made it at the same time.
It is. It's that thing.
Well, that's the thing.
We don't know what we're going to do.
You know what? Pressure turns coal into diamonds, baby.
That's true.
That's exactly what we're going to be doing WrestleCade weekend in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're turning a bunch of lumps of coal, like the five of us, into 5 24-karat diamonds.
Hey, and you know what else? One thing I'll let you know, Stephen Barker, you were probably the newest to the inner circle here at the House of Kayfabe, and I will say that now that you were hanging out with Brian Rezner and Stephen P. New, realize now everything is fucking work. It's all we do. It's absolutely all we do.
Me and Matt and Adam are going to drive down together, and we got rooms together. It's like, man, is it going to be nice, fellas? We're going away from the families, from the children's. We're just going to go down and just be marks all weekend. No, we are now. We got to fucking interview Matt Hardy.
Like the Matrix now, Barker.
We got to interview Sonny.
What if I told you that your co-hosts are going to put Jim Cornette on your show? And what if I told you that you're going to be doing 5 hours of fight TV for WrestleCade?
I'd have stayed in bed.
He probably would have. This is the truth.
The Jim Cornette thing, man, that is so big. Because if you and also if you're watching and you like what we're doing, we do have a big backlog of stuff that hasn't made it onto YouTube yet. Go to the places that you like to find your favorite podcasts.
Spotify,
for House of Kayfabe, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
everywhere
Podbean.
the podcasts are,
everywhere that awesome podcasts are.
We have a wealth of backlog that we've had Ricky Morton on. We've had Kevin Sullivan. Help me out, Brian.
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis.
Heath. So if you dig what we're doing here on YouTube, there eventually a lot of those things are going to make it onto the YouTube channel as short clips. But if you want to see what we've been doing before YouTube, please go check out House of Kayfabe. And then, of course, Brian Rezner also has franchised with Shane Douglas.
That is correct.
And that is my way of setting you up there, Brian Rezner.
Franchise with Shane Douglas is also available on the YouTube channel. You can find episodes, and we have a major backlog of episodes on any of the franchise streams across many, many podcast platforms.
Also, are you not doing something with him at WrestleCade?
We are. We're going to be doing some stuff at WrestleCade with Shane Douglas, but I will tell you that has not been confirmed either because we are still looking for a location. So if you are in the Winston-Salem area and you know of a location that would like to bring a bunch of awesome wrestling fans into their location to spend some money, please contact me because I am looking for that place. What are you showing us, Matt Mullins?
Can I jump in and talk about some of our other YouTube content?
Sure.
Because we have already done a couple episodes of Kayfabe Collectibles, where we've popped open a couple of classic packs of wrestling trading cards. Speaking of Jim Cornette, right now as we're recording this, his 1982 collection is about to go up on the auction site, and everybody is talking about it. And those are cards that we've been searching for all year long. I just bought a couple. We also unpacked a few. I've got a 87 set here. There's one of the 82s, the Rick Martels. And right behind
Adam,
me,
I'm gonna quiz you guys who are really into the cards.
Funk.
They've kind of dragged me kicking and screaming into the card collection stuff as of late. Adam, what's your over-under on what Cornette's private collection of cards goes for?
oh man, I don't know if I could even make an educated guess on that at all.
10 grand or higher.
They're graded. I don't know how they're going to list them either, if it's going to be individual. He said there's going to be some for like the certain levels of collecting, but I don't know if there's going to be a whole set that people could bid on.
I did a lot of driving this last weekend, so I listened. The experience was 4 hours this past weekend, and they talked a lot about the cards and things, and they're going to have the guy from Heritage Auctions on this week's experience. So I don't know if Jimmy got 2 of those collections.
He has at least 2.
He busted one up because it had his photography in it, and some of those got graded. And I'm really hoping that maybe they're going to sell one set intact as a collection, the Series 1 and Series 2, and then they bust the rest up with gradings to be auctioned off individually.
Do you get to call him Jimmy because you're his friend?
Yep. The ones that are busted up though and graded, I've been watching them on eBay, for a long time, and his graded really well too. So I think that 10 grand is a low.
So is he doing them? He's not doing it as a full set.
We don't know yet. They haven't gone up on Heritage Auctions.
He's mentioned certain individual cards that got certain grades, so I know he must have broken up at least one pack of the original set, which is Andre, Hulk, Ric Flair, and it's interesting because
his sheet graded at a 9 or a 9.5.
Is this the Wonderama? This is the Wonderama?
No, these are called Wrestling All-Stars, and they were put out by a magazine called Wrestling News, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wrestling News division out of Mankato, Minnesota in 82, and then into 83, and there's even an 84 series, I think.
And so they were mail away, and there was 2 sets of 36 trading cards in each set. So you would get send your form and get either the 82s or the 83s.
And so he probably has what is the only wrapped packs. If they're sealed and wrapped the way I suspect they might be when he received them, nobody has that.
And as he said, his have never been in circulation.
Right.
His never got sold. They came straight from the guy who was doing this, whose name slips me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Used some of Jim's photography. So in exchange for that, Jim got, 2 or 3 whatever sets of these. They've just been sitting around.
And like the Andre itself is like graded as a 5, which is, I think, still excellent, is what they say.
Yeah, 5 is excellent.
And I can't imagine one that's in better shape than his because it's been in the pack. But he talks about how when the pack seals, that's what wears the corners of cards.
As you can clearly see, the House of Kayfabe is very dedicated and passionate about wrestling cardboard and collectibles.
There's so much to talk about.
That is one thing that we are going to get accomplished.
You know what's sitting on the other side of this camera of me?
All those sheets
of Wonderama uncut. Now I can't wait. If that's not a teaser, House of Kayfabers, when I break out those uncut sheets of Wonderama cards.
Hey, not to get back on subject, guys.
I can't wait.
But WrestleCade, at WrestleCade, we are going to be doing the treasure hunt where Matt Mullins and Adam Harris and Derek Jones are going to scour the grounds of WrestleCade to find the absolute most sought-after collectibles at this entire convention. That is some content on Fight TV that I'm looking forward to watching myself.
And I'm so glad that Stephen Pinu gave us his credit card just to go and really experience
the platinum, the gold.
Yeah, where do we expense our hotel rooms? Where do we send that, Mr. New?
Just like the top series, Stephen Pinu has credit cards like gold refractor, chrome, platinum.
And Barker, you'll want to take those hotel receipts and you're going to want to turn them sideways.
Line them up.
Fold them up very nicely.
House of
Shine 'em up
HR, man.
like a paper
Shine them
football.
up real good. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are the House of Kayfabe, and this is our YouTube channel. Make sure you click subscribe, and make sure you join us at this year's WrestleCade, because we just gave you a tip of the iceberg of what you can expect at this great event from your boys here at the House of Kayfabe. Thank you very much, and we will see you again on YouTube.
If you see me and Adam out in the bars anywhere, I like Jack Daniels. Adam likes a nice IPA.
We're staying sober and working.